I figured we were gonna blow the hydraulic line right away. Oh, we did blow the hydraulic line.
I also own a farm.
Here we go. You're now watching the 2024 season of Farming with Duffy Ag. Welcome back to the channel. Huge shout out Mitch at Rogers Cider Yard. He got me the goods. So he was able to get somebody at UPS to actually get me my packages on Saturday. He said, oh, there's 3 packages. I could only think of 2. Well, we got the parts for the disc, so that bolt, and then the spring. The big thing that I needed so that we could throw it in today is we have the turbo. So here's our new 66mm turbo that is going in the Duramax after it grenaded the other one. We also have some filters up there, but what I want to do first is it's kind of a gorgeous day, to be honest. A little bit of wind, but pretty gorgeous. I just fed the calves. I want to bed them down. It's been wet and rainy and snowy, and this week's supposed to be gorgeous, so I want to give them some fresh bedding, get the barnyard pretty nice, and then we will dive into wrapping up the white truck. So letting this warm up a little bit. The Duramax video is probably going to be this afternoon once I wrap up both manure trucks, because that's a lights didn't turn on. Well, that's weird. Well, I'm thinking I lost a leg. This has no voltage on this side. That has 117, so you should get your 220 out of that. And yeah, we don't have that. Okay, I only got 120 here, but I do have 240 in the incoming power box. So we must have a disconnect. Everything else is underground to the barn, to the house. So we got an issue somewhere up there that goes across into there. Or we got an issue over here. That's ground. That's hot. I don't know. I texted Matt. We'll see. Well, hopefully lights flicker and it was this problem and they can get it sorted out. I got 240 in the house, the barn, and at the pole, which makes sense, but not coming across here. So one of those bad looking connections anyways could be my issue. Alrighty, I'll let them figure it out. I shut all the power off in the shop. I was gonna break it up and give them a half bale, but I'll give them a full bale. Like I said, this stuff is not as good feed quality. It's got more sticks and stuff like that, and the harder stems, weeds, stuff like that, due to what fields they came out of. A little bit of a workout, spreading that out. Someday we'll have an easier way. Till then, good Sunday workout. They've been waiting to come back out. So previously we got it all lettered up. We ran through everything on the truck. Just got to check the rear diff when we pull out. We still got to put the license, or the, we got to build something as far as mud flaps compared to what we had. I don't think we'll be running floaters on here, but I would like to have that option to be able to pull them off because they stick way out past the mud flaps. So what else we got going on? If we get it pulled out, we can hook air lines and hydraulic lines up. We got to grease the swivel, and yeah, should be halfway decent. Went up and greased everything on the swivel. So like I've said previously, this is a 6-inch offload compared to my other one's an 8-inch. 8-inch just offloads so much faster. I do have one hydraulic line up there that I am not too proud of. Probably got to get that swapped, but it's Sunday and I just realized it. Well, yeah. So I don't know if we're running this truck this week or not. Waiting on a phone call back. So how this tank works itself, the other one's a remote control. We got these fittings. We got to clean them all out because they've been sitting. And as far as this is your air control. So you got 4. Oh, one's by itself, but clearly a zip tie broke. So we got to figure that out. So you got your up, down, in, out, change from spread to nurse, and then you got your pump on, off, and that goes up and goes into this box. And this is how I got this tank set up. That's why it runs this way. So that is how it is. And I got colored zip ties on them. They're faded some. And I had mentioned previously in a video I got to get better at organizing and keeping zip tie, or keeping color coded and hydraulic lines and stuff like that. I think it says Charlie Vogler, and I actually did pick up some zip ties from Harbor Freight, some colored zip ties, but these seem much better quality. So American made, so colored zip ties, all sorts of colors. That way we can color code some stuff. And I do have some other stuff that came in, so if you sent me something, I'm absolutely amazed by some of you guys, which is awesome. So we'll go with blue, yellow, and green. Yeah. So if I start the truck up and I push each air line, it will actually blow everything out. That way we should not have anything bad. And then they just hook up to up here. So, and our zip tie broke, or our hose clamp. Wow, our bungee cord broke that goes around it, so we got to do that. And then in this truck, actually, we got air, we can do it. So you can hear it on. That's your spread, your nurse, in or out, in, up, down. So those are all blowing out. That should make sure when we hook them up. And I did do one of each end on it to make it easier. Okay, so from here, grab that. Oh, I put it underneath that. That's not ideal. We'll have to undo that after. So we are going to have a little bit of guessing. So red to red. And yes, they faded over the years. Orange to orange, which makes sense, right? Now I gotta just figure out which one is, we gotta look back and see which one is, I'm thinking that one is on off for the pump. So let's see if I can. Nope, I was wrong. Yeah, we definitely have to weld that, but we can't weld it right now, so. Okay. Now I'll cut the zip ties off and we'll re-color code them. pretty easy, simple. Not how I designed it or at all what I was planning, but it worked out. Just copying it off what the other truck was set up like. There we go, much better. Now it's color coded. Got it all strung back up. Good to go. Yeah. Here's the game plan. And by the time you guys see this, we've already done it. So that's kind of part of being ahead on videos. We are going to run both trucks on Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, I'm going drag lining with the boys. Who's texting me now? And then that's the plan, at least right now. Keep the trucks rolling. But let's see how this works. So we'll start it up. I'm worried that hydraulic line's gonna blow from sitting around. So high pressure, we don't want high pressure. Well, this has a Gemini pump in it. So let's see. Up. There we go. Up is good. In and out. That's good. And then we got to go from, I don't know what it's in right now, but when we're spreading, so I'll show you. I figured we were going to blow the hydraulic line right away. Oh, we did blow the hydraulic line. Or we blew a hydraulic line. Yeah. So we got to get 2 hydraulic lines made and one on the top. Yeah, it's pretty milky. So right now it is in the spread position. As we see, it's all the way down. For what we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing nothing but nursing. Well, that's good. So let me close it up and make sure it goes all the way the other way. We'll find the cap, put it on that. Those hydraulic lines will have to get made up. So nurse. Something's going on in there. Oh, that's annoying. All part of trucks and them sitting. So as we see, that's all the way up, which is blocking off the spread out. So I'm gonna put that boom back in, which we're gonna lose some more hydraulic oil. Huh. It's got a little pinhole leak that it's spraying right out of. Well, we'll change both those lines that go to there, and then there's one line that comes over off the top and goes in, and that one's got a bunch of corrosion. We'll turn the pump on too once we get this sitting back in. There's the pump at an idle. What I'll do is I'll lube up that chain that's in there as it's spinning around. We got some minor things to do. Mud flaps, like I said before. Can't really weld anything till we get our power figured out. As far as that line, I think it's something, it's a connection. A leg is not connected right now. Yeah, we gotta get some hydraulic hoses made up for this bad boy. I was honestly hoping it was a spread nurse function. Actually, we gotta find the cap. Let me jump in the container and find the cap. That way, if it does leak at all, it well, oh, we need the cap and the clamp. Uh-oh. We need 2 things. Unless the clamp's in that box. Well, there's the cap. We're in the storage trailer, which really needs to be emptied out and removed. So I got the cap, but we need the clamp that goes with it. Interesting. That might be harder to find. This is how I end up getting sidetracked. Things I don't actually need right now, but a bunch more filters, torque amplifier, windshield wipers for the white truck or the Mac, some motor oil, just stuff that I don't actually need, but I was like, oh, I forgot about that. We'll have to do some digging. I don't think it's in the container trailer. I think the spread plate was on here. I don't remember where I got the spread plate from. Maybe I pulled it out of the container trailer, or the box trailer. So we'll have to do some digging, see if we can come up with one, because we're gonna need it. It's not in the toolbox or nothing, I don't think. No. We'll finish wrenching on that this week. This needs a clutch adjustment, and we gotta run through what loosened up last time. It could use a bath too. Never got front fenders or mud flaps. I looked at some, so it is absolutely filthy still. We'll get it cleaned up a little bit. Oh, and we will go through and tighten this, because this mirror moves all the time. So I was worried about breaking it when we were out, but otherwise, we've greased everything in the back. We greased the swivels. It's been good. So it's honest. We'll grease the front end and grease the drive shafts, and good to go. So let me get it started up, move the planter out of the way. Planter can go back in once we're done today with truck work. Well, I got Larry. I wasn't sure how I was gonna adjust the clutch, but as long as he's here, I said, you want to push the clutch in? We do have to change the throttle, the idle, because a lot of people did bring up, don't let it idle under 1,000. We're not going anywhere. No, we're not going anywhere. I'm just pulling forward, bud. You're not gonna listen. All right, come on. Not gonna listen at all. Dirty paws. Okay, so we're gonna take this plate off, which we got some oil. It's all part of it. It's actually, I think, coming from the steering pump gasket in between, so that's on my list today. Maybe, we'll see. But if we take that cover off, we should be able to see the clutch, much like the other truck that we adjusted, the silage truck, 9/16. I'm losing my mind. And I'll have Larry help line it up for me and hold the clutch down and whatnot. So, oh, there's a lot of grease in here. I don't think I've really ever, I pumped it, but not that many times. We got oil on the glasses already. Can't see anything. I guess it's better on the glasses than in my eyes. Oh yeah, somebody got aggressive with it at some point. At some point I will need a seal, but can't really see nothing. Oh, looks like I got more clutch. You wanna make sure it's killed and just bump it over. Where's the adjuster? Do it again. A little bit more. I bet he's not. Huh. There's like two, it's not like my other one where there's a star that it cranks around on. Bump it over again. I figured it'd be about the same as my other one.
I bet you this fucker's got a keeper in it.
What's that?
It has like a bolt in the center of it. You pop that bolt out, then you turn the ring.
Yes, it does. Alright. Hey, you want to grab me a pry bar? And oh yeah, now I see it. Okay. There should be one sitting on the bench. If not, left drawer. Yanko, I'm not throwing the ball. I'm underneath the truck. Okay, good thing Larry's here. There's a keeper right there. He's right. Just bump it over. We're gonna see. Okay, go out. Get out. Out.
Hands clear?
Yep. Give it a little more bump. A little more. A little more. There we go. Yeah, there's only one. Alright, I'll back it up. Okay, went quite a bit, and GoPro's probably gonna die on me, but we'll see. Out. You don't need to get in, bud. Gotta let it air up. Oh yeah, that is so much better. I did just notice my hood latch is falling off on the one side, but that is night and day different. Okay, I need to run through the bread box. We also got to make sure that our gaskets are tight and sealed, because I believe it's got an air leak or a boost leak. We'll probably wash everything down because it is getting, well, it's been running, and then we'll grease everything. But let me pull the bread box back apart. And if you don't know, previously there's 4 bolts that hold the manifold on to the coolant side of it that are inside the backside. They loosened up and then pumped out coolant. So, well, just a few bolts and nuts, and we'll get it all popped apart. Take off everything, pull those back out, put Loctite on them. That way we never have this issue again, because that could have led to a long day. I got very lucky. We do have a leaking hydraulic, or a leaking injection line. I keep forgetting about that. So we gotta look at that. Okay, that we need the small ones. That one I forgot to put back on. That might have been my boost leak, honestly. Either way. Easy enough. You just gotta be smarter than your motor. I'm not saying I'm smart, but we've learned a lot about these Macs. They got coolant sitting on the top, so let's. Okay. we go, there we go. I know there's people that say you should have bought a new truck, you're always broke down. I like my old junk. And yeah, maybe a new truck probably would have been a good investment. But at the end of the day, this old junk's still gonna be running when that new stuff is, well, newer stuff. I'd never buy a new truck. As we know with my pickup, some days I wish I didn't have a newer truck. We'll see what comes with the next vehicle, whatever I get. That doesn't mean I'm getting anything, it just means it's always on the mind. You always got to think ahead. Okay, so that's off. Those are all off. It's just that we got the, there we go. Okay. So then, hopefully you guys can see some of this. And this comes up and out. Yeah. We do gotta put some gasket maker or something, or build a gasket for our intake there, or our boost pipe, charge pipe there. But the thing that was gonna stump us last time was these 4 bolts. They are, and that looks like it's cracked, but it's not. It's how it's machined. So as you see, that one and so on and so on. I don't know what they did. There's no cracks on the other side. Those are 12 point. These are 12 point as well. So we're gonna check both of them. Make sure we're actually snugged up all the way. And then throw it back together. Make a gasket for that. Wash it down. Yeah. So I actually ended up putting a lock washer on there too. And then it's got Loctite on it. And we're gonna do the manifold bolts too. Because yeah, if these were coming loose, I'm sure those were too. But you pull them out, they got coolant in them, they just backed out. And this was last time we were coming back from work. They were vibrated out. So bolt bin coming in clutch with having lock washers on it. Probably a good thing. And then a little Loctite never hurt. Hopefully we don't have to take this motor apart. Now that I said that, probably jinxed myself. Even in 1974, the engineers did not like mechanics. So that one's easy to get. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more are not so easy. They're a pain. So we got our specialty wrench still. Good thing we held on to that. And we got a 12 point to give us a hand. But we got to make a new gasket for here. As we see, it all fell apart previously. So we'll just make something out of gasket maker. And get it buttoned back up. Check those injectors out while it's leaking there. And probably wash it down. It is a gorgeous day, but we're running out of time in the day. Just make a little gasket for that. So got it cut out. Is this the perfect thing for it? No. Is it gonna hopefully work? I hope so. I guess we're gonna find out. I don't know if it was leaking out of there at all, but it's all part of it. Well, you guys probably didn't see much. Let's see. Gotta go a little more. Oh yeah, we got it. Dang, that is not perfect, but it's good. That goes back on there. Actually, there we go. Push that back. So it's out of the way. So goes together pretty easy. There we go. So that's in. That all looks really good, actually. So you got one long bolt started, and then you got a series of short bolts, long bolts. The very shortest bolt is your hold down bolt, and then all the other ones are all the same size, I believe. So I'll get these snugged up, and then put the other side back on with the gasket. Of course, I didn't get the right size. Ugh. Snugged up the fuel line. Well, both lines. Only one moved any. So we'll get it started back up. Hopefully everything will be good. Let's adjust the idle. Down the rabbit hole we go. So we did change this bottom hardware piece there. This keeps moving in, and some people notice it every time. It is annoying. It should be out further. The top is rounded right off. So we are going to go ahead and climb up there and just cut it off. I was gonna put some coolant in it, but honestly it's right there, so it didn't lose anything really. Caught it pretty quick. Good to go. We're gonna wash it down quick with the pressure washer. There's still people all worked up that I gotta get rid of that pressure washer and buy a better one. Yeah, you can buy like the knockoff ones of those. That one is expensive as anything. I think Zach told me he priced out a new one similar size from the same company, which that pressure washer is older than me, and it's still running very, very well now. 7K, and I know you can buy them for like $300 to $3,500. Yeah, sorry, we got $400 into that one, and it works. So, whew. Yeah, we'll be good. We'll give this a little wash down and grease the front end. Probably call it a day. I was hoping to actually work on my pickup some, but it's getting later in the day, and I'm gonna get up at 4 to get rolling. Takes a little bit. So we got the 4640 back in here with the planter on, and yeah, it's gonna sit here for a little bit since we got to do some trucking. I honestly don't know where the last 2 hours went. So drop the service truck back off because I don't need that. Realistically, I had it so that I could run back, let their dogs out, because did you play with them? Yes. And I forgot the GoPro and all my mail in the service truck. I got to ride back. So I took the white truck over. We got to adjust brakes on that. So brakes, mud flaps, and hydraulic hoses, and that will be good to go, I hope. It runs a lot better than it did before. Still, I think we needed a little bit of steering adjustment in the steering box, but it doesn't do the whole wander. I got the pressure washer out. I'm going to hit this truck, clean it up. It is good to go. Shop has 0 power in it now, so both legs are not working, which is really kind of eerie. But Matt said they're coming in the morning, and first thing in the morning, I said, good, because I need the welder. That's the biggest thing. Yeah. But, alrighty, let me wash this up quick and call it good. We got to do a little fine tuning on it. I think that relief valve might have some issues, but otherwise, the thing runs pretty good. Yeah. So, got my... See, you pressure wash? I'm in the dark. Okay, I guess I got to do a little more right in there. But frame's all cleaned up. Yes, there's some surface rust. At some point, we'll go down and paint everything. But I needed to get some of the sand off it from running. He's over today. I am soaking wet, and I'm over today. But I went to go show you guys, and then I was like, oh. There we go. I was like, yeah, not clean yet. It's not that clean, but it's cleaner than it was, which is a big part of it. So, alrighty, I'm gonna grease the front end, and then I'm actually gonna take those hydraulic lines off. I think it's like 8. I think it's 8 o'clock. Let me check. So then Isaiah can. It's 8:30. Okay, makes sense. You know what I'd really like to be doing? Going to bed right now. But we got the front of the truck all greased up. We're good to go. So truck's good to go. You good to go? I'm good to go. Not really. I would love to be asleep right now. I'm gonna climb up on here, take these hydraulic lines off. Isaiah's gonna hopefully grab them tomorrow. That way we'll be good to go. Yeah. I'll do both of those and the one that comes over. This line here is actually the one that originally I was like, that's not looking so good. Looks really bad up there. But the ones that blew out are this one here. So we'll get both made up. Always something. Friggin' trucks. There's 0 chance that we're gonna get into there. As you see, it's tucked behind. I'm gonna just cut those welds off that hold that plate on, and then we'll have to deal with it. So after I cut that, I realized that that bottom plate to the left here, right there, if you unbolt it, they just slide out. Alrighty, good call, good work. But now I can get to them. So we're probably gonna re-weld it just like that, have a little bit of slope. I know, you guys can't see much. This is more like a spotlight light. Like, it goes quite the distance, but it's not a... When we're looking at one spot, it's kind of more challenging. Well, I'm sure those bolts would have fought us, but they're off. So they're laying there. I got those 2 short lines in the long, and then this tanker should be good to go. So, alrighty. I don't know if you guys can see much. Ooh, there. Appreciate you guys watching along. One of these days, it's going to get smoother for us every day. But today fought us quite a bit. I did get some things done. I'm glad I had more clutch to go. Like, I think I got quite a bit of clutch left in that truck. So hopefully we're in a good place. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. That right there was where it was leaking. Wore right through. So, alrighty. Figured I'd show you guys that before we call it a night. See you guys on the next one.